What's up, my sexy pigeons? I'm at work at the moment, so I have to keep myself kind of talk really quiet. But sorry, my allergies is kicking in. It's springtime in California, so everything is blooming. Um, so, anyways, there is false information spreading about me that I'm a fascist because I like talking to people of different political ideologies because I'm just a naturally curious person. So on my podcast, I recently talked to a proprietarian, and I was like getting accusation that just because I platform him that that I agree with his ideas automatically. Now, if you guys don't know about what I'm talking about, it's the episode that I did with Brandon Hayes and Sean Seberg. And anyways, so I wanted to kind of clear everything up. So I just want to do a political compass test to see where I stand politically. Because majority of the tests that I take, it comes out either classical liberalism, socially liberal, conservative in some aspect, but I'm just curious. So I'm going to take this politicalcompass.org. You guys can do it too. And you guys see Tim Pool did it, Sargon of Akkad did it, Blair White did it. So I'm going to do the same thing. So, excuse me. And they're going to start asking this question. They said, the person who made this test, please note that this isn't a survey and these aren't questions, they're proposition. To question the logic of an individual ones that irritate you is to miss the point. Some propositions are extreme and some are moderate. That's how we can show you whether you lean towards extremism or moderation on the compass. Your response should not be overthought. Some of them are intentionally vague. Their purpose is to trigger reaction in the mind, measuring feelings and prejudices rather than detailed opinion of policy. Okay, so the first one, just a few propositions to start with concerning no less how you see the country and the world. If economic globalization is inevitable, I can't even fucking read. It should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporation. Strongly agree. I always support my country whether it was right or wrong. I'm kind of in between, so I'm going to... Because you guys have to remember that the United States of America bombed the fuck out of Cambodia. So I have to think about stuff like that. So that was wrong. And I always... Things like that, I call it out. Because United States of America, we're not fucking perfect. Okay? We've done things that... is still haunting us till this day. So I'm going to do... I'll support my country whether it was right or wrong. I'm going to put agree because America. No one chooses their country at birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. That's a good question. I'm going to disagree. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. Oh, whoa, okay. Strongly disagree on that part. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. No. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Oof. Yeah, I'm going to have to say... I'm going to disagree on that one. Not strongly disagree, but I'm going to disagree. There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Yes, I strongly agree. Next page. Now, the economy. We're talking attitudes here, not the FTSE index. People are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. Boom, strongly agree. Ooh, I sound like a Marxist right there. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. I'm going to say agree. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulations. I'm going to say that I agree. From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. Strongly disagree. The free market, freer market? The free market, the freer the people. Okay, the freer the market, the freer the people. I'm going to say agree. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottle branded consumer product. Strongly agree. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. I disagree. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. I strongly agree. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. Agree. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver profit to its shareholders. Strongly agree, because we're talking about like Facebook, Twitter, and stuff like that. Talk about their influence election and stuff like that. The rich are too highly taxed. I'm gonna say disagree. Those those with the ability to pay should have access to high standards of medical care. Well, I disagree on that part. Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Strongly agree. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies. Agree. Now look at some of your personal social value. Abortion with a woman's life is not threatened and should always be illegal. Abortion when the woman's life is not threatened should always be illegal. I disagree. All authority should be questioned. Strongly agree. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Ooh, yep. I'm gonna hold a conservative position on that one. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up or any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. I disagree, because I think it's the arts and stuff is it's really important to our culture. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. I'm gonna say, but it's really vague. So I'm assuming they're talking about public education. So I'm gonna say disagree, because if now that I think about it, yeah. I mean, it's because like I went to a public education and setting, and I didn't learn anything. But I had perfect attendance. I went to school. I had honor rolls and merit lists and stuff like that. I won many awards, but I didn't learn shit, to be honest with you. And like I noticed that the students that didn't even go to school majority of the time, they're really successful entrepreneurs. So yeah, weird, right? All people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. I disagree. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. I'm kind of stuck in between, because I do believe, that you spank your little babies. Not, I shouldn't say that. I sound like an abuser now. But when you discipline your child, they, like I was disciplined as a child myself, and I came out respecting authority. That's why I'm kind of impulsive sometimes, because of that. I was spanked for no reason. My parents, my dad, actually, not my mother, my dad did not explain why he was hitting me. And I hate using the word hit. He kind of is disciplined. That's pretty much the Cambodian culture. We discipline our children with spanking. But there is a difference between spanking and hitting. So I'm going to say sometimes, so I will say agree. It is natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. I strongly disagree, because your parents cannot help you if you are in a situation that requires you to be open up about what you're going through. I'm going to get kind of trigger alert for people. Talk about like I had a friend who was a sexual abuse victim, and she was sexually abused by her brother. And so she kept it from her parents. She was like afraid that her brother might hurt her. So her parents feel really bad till this day, because she was afraid to tell them, because she was scared that they might take the brother's side. So yeah, I'm gonna say strongly disagree. I think children, if you are a child, listen to this. No matter if you are 10, 15, or even an adult, you always have to tell your parents, because they can't help you. And if they've refused to help you, speak to another adult that will. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. Strongly agree. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. Strongly agree. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. Ugh, I'm gonna say disagree on that one. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. I'll say agree. I'm kind of not all the way to the point where it's like authoritative, because I was like raised in a strict household, and then after I left home, I just went crazy for a little bit. I party hard. I didn't party. I'm sorry. I just kind of um like it led to my anxiety. Does that make sense? I'm not gonna get into details about it, but I'm just saying that I was raised in a very authoritative environment. There are no savage and civilized people. There are only different cultures. I'm gonna say disagree. Those who are able to work and refuse their opportunity should not expect society's support. I'm gonna say agree. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. I disagree. Because of the fact that, if you have issues, you should really, go head on with it and be direct with yourself and fix those issues, because it's not going to go away. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. I strongly disagree. My mom and dad are Americans now. They got their citizenship. What's good for the most successful corporation is always ultimately good for all of us. Yeah, okay, strongly disagree. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. What? No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should never receive public funding. I strongly agree on that one. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. Strongly agree. Fucking Bush. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. Ooh, one-party state. You know what? I don't know if you guys know this, but I did a stream of he released a good video. He talks about the democracy, how it takes a long time because of different voices providing their opinions, and that it holds things down. So, I would say, because one party system can be corrupt. You know what I mean? It's, if you think about the Nazis is a good example. You know what I mean? So I'm going to say agree-ish. There's no agree-ish. So I'm like kind of stuck in between. I'm going to put agree. Although the electric age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Strongly disagree on that one. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crime. Strongly agree. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. I'm going to say agree. Hierarchies. Rule of law, basically. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered. Yeah. To me, art is subjective. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. I'm going to say disagree-ish. It's a waste of time to try rehabilitate some criminals. I'm going to say agree. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. Ooh, I'm going to say kind of disagree. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. I'm going to say disagree. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. Agree. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. I strongly disagree, because the fucking establishment, they don't want any peace. They want control. Okay, if you got through that, okay, you'll find these propositions on religion breeze. Astrology accurately explains many things. I'm going to say disagree. You cannot be moral without being religious. I'm going to say disagree. Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the generally disadvantaged. I'm going to say disagree. Some people are naturally unlucky. I'm going to say agree. No, disagree. It's important that my child's school is instill religious values. Strongly disagree. Finally, I look at sex. Ooh, spicy. Sex outside of marriage is usually immoral. I strongly disagree. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. Strongly agree. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. Strongly agree. To a certain extent, we have to remember that porn can be bad. Okay, especially for men. I'm going to make that argument clear right now that I stand in that aspect, because pornography can be really addicting to young men. And if you are a male who has porn addiction, make sure that you seek help for it, okay? What goes on in a private bedroom should between the consenting adults. It is no business of the state. I'm going to say, strongly agree. No one can feel naturally homosexual. I'm going to say disagree. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. I'm going to say agree. Okay, let me see if I can. Oh, okay. So where did I? Where am I? It doesn't say. So I am a left libertarian. What? So it turns out I'm not a fucking fascist. Wow, look at that. I'm not a Nazi or a communist. What the heck? So there you guys have it. Right there. There's my little dot. I'm left-leaning libertarian. I'm a little bit in the middle. I'm pretty moderate in my position. So, so I thought that was pretty interesting. I want to share with you guys. So make sure you guys take it and let me know, because I landed libertarian on it. So, yeah, I'm Gandhi. Look at that. I'm near Gandhi, yo. So just letting you guys know that I'm right there near Gandhi. So, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure that you love, like, and share. Love my channel. I do have a podcast called the Far Out Wisdom Podcast, where I talk to like really far out individuals from every political ideology, because I'm a very curious person, because I'm very far out, meaning that I'm unorthodox. I'm not going to stick to one side because the sides say so, because I don't give a damn what you think. But there you go. There's the proof right there that I'm not a fucking fascist or a communist. So like I said, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share it if you need to, do it to politicalcompasstest.org, and tell me your score down below in the comment section. Love you guys.